single girlies in their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men at?
If you've been wondering where are all the good men, I actually have some homework for you.
As a single woman, I'm getting a little worried when I scroll on this app that like all of the good single men, 30-year-olds and up, or near that range, they are, if they're single, they're staying inside.
Okay, but seriously, where are all the good guys? They have to be out there. Those of us that are in the dating game have to believe that they're out there, or we wouldn't be doing it.
As a single woman, I'm getting a little worried when I scroll on this app that like all of the good single men, 30-year-olds and up, or near that range, they are, if they're single, they're staying inside and doing exactly what I would want to do, which is like binge a show and like order and take out. Like, why when I'm scrolling, I'm seeing all these like cute men who look like they have their head on their shoulders. They probably don't. Let's just, but they're all like staying inside. Like, what I'm trying to do is text a girlfriend and be like, hey, you know what? Instead of me cuddling into bed and binging all of Real Housewives, let's go out. Because I'm just hoping that one day, like, I meet my husband, like, meet cute randomly. Like, I got to go out and do that, right? I have to, like, actually put myself out there. I have to actually do my makeup and, like, put on a cute outfit and do that, you know? Crazy concept. But I have a fear that all of the good single 30-year-old men are doing the opposite. Hey, get out there. Please stop ordering takeout by yourself and wait for me to be there with you to do it, okay? Literally, I don't... Probably gonna run into a douchebag. Pray for me.
You should be, because men aren't missing. They're done performing. You see, modern men have learned. Going out doesn't get them connection, just competition, loud music, shallow talk, games. Swipe culture has killed serendipity. So now, they're staying home, not to hide, to heal, she says. They're doing what I'd want to do, binge shows, eat takeout. Exactly, because the fantasy of meet cute doesn't exist anymore. And men know, being outside isn't where they're respected, it's where they're judged. So they've made a decision. Stay in, save money, protect peace. She says, I have to put myself out there, do my makeup, wear a cute outfit. Translation. Effort feels foreign now, but for decades, men were told they had to earn attention, initiate, plan, pay. Now the tables have turned, and some don't like the view, she says. Please stop ordering takeout by yourself. Wait for me. Too late. Because the same men she overlooked at 25 are now out of reach at 35, and they're not bitter. They're better. Built stronger, focused sharper, and no longer trying to convince someone they're worthy. She says, pray for me, I'll probably meet a douchebag. That's not bad luck. That's the market, after it burned through the good ones. So now the good men, they're still here. Just no longer in the places where they were disrespected. You don't lose a good man. You train him to stop showing up.
Okay, but seriously, where are all the good guys? They have to be out there. Those of us that are in the dating game have to believe that they're out there, or we wouldn't be doing it. So many of you reach out to me with your stories, and I love hearing from you, so keep doing that. But after I posted that last video about the terrible date and the terrible guy, I've heard a lot of really bad stories. Like a lot of them. Why do we have so many bad stories? I fully believe that they've always been happening. We've just never talked about it before. So I'm so glad that we're talking about them now, and we need to keep doing that. But if you're a good guy, I'm going to need you to declare yourself. Because us women, we're losing faith out here.
Where are all the good guys? Gone. Not extinct, evolved. You didn't notice when they were chasing. Now you notice their absence, she says. They have to be out there, or we wouldn't keep dating. No, you wouldn't. Because the system was built on male effort, not female faith. But that system broke. Because modern men stopped getting returns on investment. Years of effort, rejection, humiliation, and what did they get? Ghosted, used, friend-zoned, then blamed, so they pulled the plug. Now, they're disengaged, she says. I've heard a lot of bad stories after my last video. Of course, because women bonded over bad experiences, but rarely asked, what role did I play? She says. If you're a good guy, declare yourself? No, men don't declare anymore. They observe. They protect their energy. You want the good guy to raise his hand? He won't. Because when he did that before, he was mocked, ignored, or turned into an emotional crutch. Now, he's not trying to prove himself. He's waiting to be recognized. But here's the truth. You only look for the good guy after you're done entertaining the bad ones, and by then, the good ones aren't gone. They're just done performing.
If you've been wondering where are all the good men, I actually have some homework for you. Start to find and pay attention to the qualities that you love in the men who are around you. The men you know, the men you don't know, the guy at the grocery store who asks to help carry your stuff out to your car. Because when you say, where are all the good men, I already know that you are in a pattern of looking for negative qualities in men. And you're finding them. So start looking for the good men and you will find them.
Interesting. So now it's men's presence that needs to be rediscovered. Like there's some rare bird in a suburban forest. But here's what she's really admitting. Good men aren't gone. They're just invisible. Why? Because they're not loud. They're not posting thirst traps. They're not selling you a dream. They're working, lifting, reading, building their kingdom in silence. They're not dancing in your DMs. They're disengaged from the algorithm that rewards arrogance and flash. She says, you're in a pattern of noticing negative traits. Exactly. Because those are the traits that kept getting attention. Now that attention's running dry, she wants to reframe the lens. But it's too late for many. Because here's the real pattern. Ignore the stable man. Chase the chaos. Complain when it collapses. Circle back to the stable man. But he's moved on. She says, start looking for the good men and you will find them. But no. The good men started looking inward. They found peace, not partnerships. And they're not waiting to be noticed. They've stopped performing for someone else's late epiphany. Because once a man builds value, he stops asking to be seen. He chooses who gets access.
Single girlies in their late 20s, early 30s. Where are we finding men?
Unfortunately, they are working overtime instead of going out and dating because they feel they will never be attractive enough or wealthy enough for a girl ever again. They would rather check their weather app than chat with another person on Hinge. If they're not at work, they're usually at home, the gym, playing video games with friends, or fighting for democracy. You're welcome.
Unfortunately. No, it's not unfortunate that men are working overtime instead of dating. It's strategic. Modern men aren't running away from women. They're running toward purpose. They've realized something critical. Chasing attention is a waste. Building value is the way. They're not on Hinge. They're not sliding into DMs. They're sliding into focus. Why? Because they've been told they're not tall enough, rich enough, interesting enough. So they stop trying to qualify. Now they qualify themselves. If they're not at work, they're at the gym. If not the gym, they're leveling up. Mind, finances, discipline. Not for a girl. For themselves. They're not scared of rejection. They're just done investing in a system where effort is punished and detachment is power. And the irony, the moment he stopped chasing, he became everything she suddenly wanted. Too late. But here's the truth. Men aren't checking out. They're checking in to themselves. No more games. No more chasing. Just mission. Just growth. Just peace. If this message made sense to you, like the video. Subscribe for more unfiltered logic. Emotions fade. Algorithms don't. Let them know you're still thinking.